What have you learned about your teammates and the team in the couple of days that you guys have been out here together?
That it's a fun group. We got a lot of personalities out there, and Coach Carroll, really allows that to show, which is exciting.
What is the biggest value that you guys get out of these 3 days together?
I think it's a exciting time because it's your first chance to see the whole team together. You know who you are. When you sit in that room, you know that this group of people is who's going to have to get it done come fall. And so, yeah, it's exciting to get a quick glimpse of that.
Julian, how far do you have to go to get to, talk training camp, obviously, but how far do you have to go to get to where you want to be with these guys, playing with these guys, learning these guys?
It's a process. I think you got to take advantage of each day. I was out here this spring just for that, to get the playbook down and get my surroundings down. Because, come training camp, you want to be just hitting the ground running. And everyone's bought in already. I was a little late to the party, but, they've accepted me, and it's been a good process so far.
And then what we've been hearing kind of about playing three safeties and stuff like that, how different is that for you, and how will that kind of, the rotation where it just works itself out?
Yeah, I think it'll work itself out. I think, when we have a team, you just try to put the best players on the field for each situation. And that's kind of my mindset. I have starts at every DB position, and so I am a versatile player. And so I'm just trying to take advantage. I have a great group around me, so I don't have to do, anything outside of myself. I can just lean on the guy next to me and do my job.
What's the learning process like with Quandary in particular, just as you guys get to know each other?
Yeah, I think the main thing when you have a talented vet who's been doing it, I have to see it in completion, but doing it for a good job for a long time is communication. I got to understand how he talks, he has to understand how I talk, and when we have to be on the same page, because that's what good secondaries do. They're on the same page, and as a safety, you got to lead the charge in some communication, and so that's the main thing. Just being around each other, getting each other's cadence down is the big thing.
You're going to want to have Jamal back, but the fact he's not able to be out here right now is giving you some more reps in the interim. Can that pay off for you as things go on? That you're getting more chances now to kind of work through those things? Yeah,
I think any chance I had to take some reps, whether it's physical or mental, I try to run with it. So even if he was out here with us in any capacity, I'd still be trying to learn what I have to do, from any position. And so I would love to have him out here, and so I'm just gonna do what I have to do until he gets back.
But what is the value of having him out here? I know he can't participate in drills, but he's got to be talking. He's got to be contributing.
He's a presence. He's a leader of this team. Everyone loves and respects him, and so when he talks, everyone is quiet and listening to what he has to say. And him being here this week has meant a lot to guys. For me, kind of knew of him, coming from New York together. But the young guys, you can see in their eyes, they're all ears are perked up to hear what he has to say. And yeah, Jamal Adams is a presence for this team.
When he does come back, what sense do you have for how the defense will actually play with it different than it is right now?
Yeah, I'm excited for that, when he gets back, because you just want to have weapons. This division alone, you're going to need as much weapons, as much ammo as you have, and he's a huge weapon for us in this team. And so, yeah, whatever role, whatever capacity I'm in, I'm going to do my best to play my brand of football, because that's why Coach Carroll got me out here. It's just to play my brand of football, whether Jamal's on the field or not on the field.
When everybody is back and healthy, what do you think that secondary is capable of?
It's, I'm not a huge fan of talking about potential. We have a job to do when everyone gets healthy, gets back. And, yeah, I think you look at who we have across the board on paper, it looks good. So now it's our job to make that a reality. And so that takes, each day, grinding, getting close to each other, going out to dinner together, the little things, just so we can be, we can work as one this season.
Julian, you said you've played every DB position.
Yeah.
Is there one you feel like you enjoy the most or accentuates your skills the most?
Yeah, I was a corner in college, and so, I have that as a background, but I think just down in the box, around the action, I'm a really good tackler. I think that's kind of my biggest asset as a player. And so, anywhere where I can be close to the line of scrimmage, I'm excited for. But with that background and kind of playing all over, I'm comfortable in man-to-man situations, blitzing situations, and whatever they have me doing.
You mentioned getting to know the characters on the team.
Yeah.
Who stood out in that regard so far?
Who stood out character-wise? Oh man, a lot of guys stood out character-wise in this team. There's some good ones. When you join a new program, new organization, the biggest question you have for yourself is like, all right, how are the people like? You know, football is football, but how are the personalities? And I would say Quandre is not one of them. He's not one of them, but I think Tariq Woolen's a good character. That dude's funny. He has a motor to him. Bobby's a great guy to have back, but there's so many to name.
What have you learned about Seattle? What do you appreciate about Seattle?
Oh man, I mean, I got lucky. It's been nice weather out here in the couple of months. That's what everyone has been saying, and everyone talks very shortly about the winter. So, you know, we'll see how that is when I get to it. But it's been great. I have some family out here. You know, the people have been great. I've been golfing a little bit out here. Some nice courses. It's beautiful.
Family visiting, or you had family living here?
Yeah, random fact. I have some family that immigrated here from Cuba. Opened up a restaurant. I was pretty popular, still around. And so, yeah, very, very random. I don't have family in many places, and so there's some out here in Seattle.
Want to plug the restaurant?
So he was kind of the founding father of the restaurant called Paseo. Yeah, I know. I know. So, yeah, Lorenzo, that's my grandmother's brother. And so then my cousins or whatever, opened up a restaurant called Un Bien. There's a couple of them now. That's kind of the founding father, Paseo. That's their new jam now. So, yeah, Un Bien is the plug.
Your popularity just went up a little bit.
I know. I got to get a sandwich endorsement or something.
What was your favorite sandwich?
It's my abuelita, my grandma's brother. Is Lorenzo. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my random fun fact. So I wasted it early. You guys, no one asked me again.
How many times have you eaten out there since you've been here?
I haven't. I've been grinding and just kind of been spending time out here. I haven't been able to get into the city much. Been kind of staying on the east side, but I'm taking advantage of, you know, getting the opportunity come fall.
It's really good.
Yeah. I know, storied. My family always comes out here. And so, yeah, just for the sandwiches over there. It's a secret recipe.
Is there a golf course you've played that's been good so far?
Oh, yeah, I played at Snoqualmie last week, which was nice. My game's taking a downhill turn this past couple weeks, but Snoqualmie's good. Glendale over in Bellevue has been good. Newcastle. So I'm slowly getting around, taking advantage of the spring.
You'd heard of Pete Carolyn's reputation.
Yeah.
What is he to you?
Man, he's one of the best I've been around. I didn't know much about him. You know, I'm a Notre Dame guy. Obviously, USC, you know of him. But just being around him, I can see why he has the respect that he has around the league and just around the football world in general. I mean, sometimes I leave his team meetings and he gives you, a nugget here or there that you just like, man, that's like, I want to say it to my kids one day. He's that type of leader. I think he was born into it, and he's just, I don't know, he's changed and improved with the times, which not every coach does. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really blessed to be able to play here.
What's unique about how he does practices and just the competitive nature of everything?
I mean, not just that. I mean, he's competing and everything, but, good or bad, he just wants you to come back the next day and do it again. And I talked about personalities earlier. He lets personalities be who they are. If you're a loud guy, be loud. If you're a quiet guy, you don't have to talk much. He just wants you to, represent this team and kind of play with that swagger that the Seahawks brand is known for.
What have you thought of the cornerback room?
The cornerback room?
Yeah.
I mean, it's young and it's extremely talented. So now it's my job as a leader. Nice little catch over there by the rookie. As a leader, I got to now communicate and help them get their stuff together quicker, because we got to bring these young guys along because they're going to help this team.
Anything else? Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you guys.